Remember in yesterday's video when we glued this piece onto this piece and ended up like this? I believe that this piece here should have been the other way up. It's kind of hard to see, but you can actually see it clearer than I can. The way okay, it pinged up in the right direction. Now that's the way it should have been, I think. Makes a lot more sense. It will fit better into the hole. In other words, it will sort of rock in the hole. I think that was the idea. Anyway, when I do this one, I'm going to glue it the other way, not this way. Oh my goodness, these things are... Okay, I gotta be much more careful today. You know, I just realized what the problem is here. This paper is like a trampoline. You know, even if I press down just slightly on the part, and then if I slip off of it, the trampoline springs it back up. Maybe if I had a piece of glass and put the glass down. I'm going to try that. Okay, this might work better. I know we could use Billy's plexiglass, but I'm afraid the extra thin might dissolve the plexiglass should I get a little too exuberantly on there. Okay, let's just leave well enough alone here. Can't control myself, I've got to poke. Now these are the pieces from yesterday's video. And I believe it's supposed to go in and like that. You put it down and give it a bit of twist. And I believe that this part right here is supposed to come out this hole, according to the instructions. I'll show you the instructions. Yeah, if you follow the arrow there, it looks like the part is supposed to go down and around and through and out the hole. Makes sense to me. However, so does wearing my socks upside down, so I guess you can't go by that. Oh, by the way, we got plexiglass underneath here. Alright, let's give it a try. I just realized that I took it out of your field of view there. Sorry about that. I don't mind telling you, I'm going to be very happy when I can start working on parts that I don't have to use the macro lens to... Like even my patience is starting to run a little thin here. Maybe if I pick this up and try it with my fingers. Just have to be careful not to squeeze anything too hard. Okay, I kind of got it. If I could hold it so it was sort of straight, and then drop my extra thin. Okay, I think once that evaporates, it's going to be okay. Guess I don't need to tell you what happened here. I don't know if there's anything that can be done here or not. Maybe I should just sort of stick it on and hope that at first glance nobody's even going to notice. You know, when we got to these little guns here at the end of step 18, I thought they were going to be a lot easier than the first ones we did over here. But you know, I think they were harder, and we haven't even started the seats yet. I've mentioned this before, but when I do these videos, it's sort of kind of like this is what happened to me today. In fact, as you're watching the video, it's almost like this is what happened to me at this moment. So anyway, this is what happened to me just a few minutes ago. I'm at the place now where I want to make up the little seats to put on these little guns, which are probably way too small for you to see from over there, especially with the fisheye on. Anyway, as I'm leaning forward here, I notice that I'm kind of bumping my head on my device here that I use to suspend the camera from overhead. So I thought, well, I'll get it up out of the way. Now there's a removable thing here that I use to tighten the camera on that usually I remember to take out before I adjust this. I forgot. And as I was twisting this around to get it up out of the way, it fell out and it dropped down. I've broken off the little gun barrel that I so carefully put on just a little while ago. And not only that, one of the little seats that I had laying out here, it's gone somewhere. I spent about 10 minutes looking all around here. I took my light here and I turned it on and I looked on the floor. I can't find either the seat or the broken off gun barrel. So now I got to try and make up another piece of gun barrel. I don't mind if I'm missing a seat, but the gun just isn't going to look right if it doesn't have a barrel, right? Yeah. So that's what happened just now. Yeah, that's why sometimes the beginning of a video that I start first thing in the morning, I might say, today we're going to do this, and then at the end of the day you think, he didn't do that. Well, it's because I make it as I go along. I change my mind, and you're seeing it as it happens. And this just happened, just a few minutes ago. Well, let's see if we can make up another gun barrel. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat up some piece of plastic sprue and see if I can stretch it out. Well, I'll show you. I've never actually done it except just to see if it worked. And I've never needed a part before, let's put it that way. Now I need a part. Okay, I got some scrap sprue here. And I know I could use my lighter, but I think I'll have a little bit better control with this thing, being as the way I'm sort of planning on doing this. And I may as well make use of this thing that caused me the problem. Now, what I'm thinking of doing is normally what I would do is I would fasten it at one end and then heat it and then pull it out when it started to sag. But I'm going to try something different. I haven't tried it like this before. And I'm just thinking, why don't I just take and, put it like this and heat it and just sort of let it fall down. And the reason being is that when you pull it out horizontally, it sort of bends. And I'm thinking that maybe the piece that I need will be straighter. Well, we're still going to find out. Now, I don't want very much heat here. I want to try and adjust this so it's as little as possible and still going. Okay, here we go. See what happens. Oh, maybe I should have added some weight on there. Well, there's our small piece. It might be too thin here, but when it gets closer to the ends, I think the diameter will be pretty near perfect, and I know it'll be tapered, but then I only need maybe a quarter of an inch, maybe a third of an inch. Nobody measures in a third of an inch. Anyway, obviously it's too thin right here, but I'm thinking possibly right about, maybe right here. It's getting to be about the same diameter as one of the existing barrels. Might be a little thicker. So let's just see how stiff it is. Let's try it about here. Okay, now I need a piece this long. Guess that's a little more than a quarter of an inch. Maybe because of the way I'm going to lay it here. What I'm planning on doing is, maybe I should be zooming in, but you're probably sick of the macro lens. I'm just planning on laying it sort of along this piece here that isn't, that's still there, and have it stick out. So I guess maybe I'll make it about this long here. Yeah, it looks about right. I'm just eyeballing everything. Okay, well, there's our little barrel. Now I was going to throw this out, and then looking at it I was thinking, you know what? If a person was making, say, a 1/16 scale army vehicle, like an army tank from World War II when they used these kind of whip antennas, that'd look pretty realistic. Yeah. Anyway, you know, I can remember having an antenna on my car now that I'm thinking about it, and I had a CB radio. And I think the antenna was about 108 inches long or something like that. Yeah, it's amazing what comes to mind, you know. Anyway, it's garbage now. Okay, I got my stronger glasses on right now, and I'm wondering if maybe I should have gone just a little bit further up where it's a little thicker here. This, you know, this looks about the same diameter, but maybe it'd be better if it was just a little bit thicker. And yet on the other hand, this might be too thick. It won't match anything else. Well, let's stick this one on and see what it looks like. Always got to poke, don't you, Ron? Always got to poke. You had it. Okay, I did put a little bit more extra thin on afterwards. Gonna let that evaporate. And I think then if I shorten the barrel by about 1/16 of an inch, it should pretty much match this one right here. This is the real one. So I was just about ready to press record here to show you the nice job I did on the seats. And I see light reflecting off something. Yeah, the seat that I'd lost about 2 hours ago now, I guess, or more. Anyway, yeah, so I got them glued on. And I think maybe right now is a good time to see if I can't shorten the barrel. Put on my magnifier hood so I can see what's going on here. And I would think about here. Okay, do they kind of match a little better now? The ruler that you see in the background is a metric ruler. Those are actually centimeters. In other words, it's about 3.5 or so centimeters. And each one of those little increments, of course, is a millimeter. However, this is the gun that has the 4 20 millimeter barrels in real life. And it has to have 3 seats on it. And these ones on the side, the tongue gets mounted in that little hole there. And the seat in the back, it gets mounted right there. And yeah, but we're going to have to leave that till tomorrow. And once again, it's getting on in the afternoon here. And so I guess that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and all being well, we'll see you again tomorrow.